Good evening, everyone. I am the Ravnos Archon. You can call me Will, and I will be your storyteller this evening as we pick up where we left off. In the last episode, we saw Melvin and Albert kind of rifle through the bodies that were left over from the assault on the diner. And I use assault very loosely as they were just there for Albert. Speaking of Albert, he asked for the table, which hadn't been done before. And so we kind of experimented with um, private sessions within a session itself. He asked Bianca about Yusuf, who we learn is the true name of Bahadur ibn Abbasi. Found out that she didn't know anything, that it was all kind of controlled and disseminated by Father Newell. Um, they revealed that they had been staying at the Ridgemont on the south side of town, that she had been staying in room 12 with Miss Monroe, who was one of the dead bodies. And then Albert tried to mesmerize her, and his hunger went up as a result of it. And he had an interesting memory of dealing with Isabella just after his embrace and seeing her first childer, a very nefarious looking gentleman that we learned later is named Michelangelo Antonio Bonelli. Uh, Valerie called in the cleaners, and as Connie made her way into the office, she gave her a note saying that everything had been set up. There was a meeting on June 12th at midnight to discuss payment at the Regent's Lounge. And also on the note was a simple sentence that Randall will need access to whatever needs cleaning. Melvin popped in and showed her the yellowed pages of what looks to be Albert Frost's what's the word? Dissertation. And inside the file that they had kept on him, learned that there were the person that took the critique of the dissertation was an I. Rajman. And they also found a sticky note with the word vampire and a question mark behind it. But leafing through, they saw that there was a series of questions as to what could have brought Albert Frost to Salem, Oregon, because he had been searching for things based on Atlantis, on Carthage, on Alexandria, and of course the Middle Kingdom of Egypt. They had a discussion of the events, and that's when they came out to discover that Albert had left with Bianca and the van that Melvin had stolen oh so long ago, and left them abandoned at the diner. So we jumped over to Albert at the motel. We saw that he arrived to find room 9 with the door ajar, which was supposed to be Father Newell's room. He walked in to find Michelangelo sitting there, having been reading The Hunchback of Notre Dame. We got to see what a more advanced form of oblivion can do, as he was able to summon the arms of Ahriman. And they had an interesting discussion where we jumped back to the diner. We got to see Connie and Melvin kind of work through some of the things that have been hovering since the assault. And Randall and the other cleaners kind of showed up. And that's when they took a cab over to the commune where Melvin's haven is. And they had a nice conversation with someone who is named Moonbeam during the day, but his real name is Mark. And he revealed to them that all the keys to the vans are always kept in the kind of visor. The vans are left unlocked as there's no need for safety really with amongst hippies. But they did pull over to a payphone where Melvin called his daughter to kind of get an APB on the van and get some information. We jump back to Albert and we see that there is a discussion between him and Yusuf, as he is also in Salem. We learned that he was embraced a year before Albert and that there is some animosity between the two of them. but Albert asked if he could stay with his childer kin, Michelangelo, and after having his weapons removed forcibly, he was taken to the looking glass gallery where he got to meet Genevieve DeFleur, the owning manager of the gallery, and he got to see that Sally Eastworm is working directly under Geraldine Birmingham. And that's when Michelangelo pulled his ace card and revealed that he was willing to turn over Albert in exchange for his allowance into the tower. And this is where we're picking up with our dirty pair, since Albert is off celebrating the first day of school. Congratulations to you, my friend. It's good to see all of you.
You too.
Hello.
So, you are at the payphone. You've just hung up. Connie has accosted you with the whole situation about you having a girlfriend, and then you reveal to her that it was not your girlfriend, but it was your daughter. And then, kind of, I think connections were made in her mind. But the night is yours. You do have this whole idea of going to the street where Randall saw the van, because you did ask him if he had seen it. You have the rest of the night, though. It is only like about 1:30. You have a few hours to kill.
I do think we should try to track down the van, but I looked to Connie and I just say, why don't you take a look through all that paperwork?
Through the thesis?
Yeah, just see if you can piece any other stuff together.
I mean, I think we're gonna have to. Yeah, no. If you're driving, I'll spend my time reading this. But wait, you're not driving nothing.
Oh wait, no, I
man.
can't drive. I can't drive because it's stick shift, right?
Oh, stick shift.
I mean, both
Well,
of
no,
you,
there was
both of you could try, but you did let her try.
Yeah, you let
Oh,
me
no,
try.
sorry, you were driving, so
Yeah.
you drive. I'll read. I'll keep reading.
Okay, but read aloud so that the
Yeah,
class knows.
I
Yeah.
will read out loud.
Yeah. So you start to read. I'm assuming you're just gonna like skim and pick out sentences.
Yeah.
Because it does start with like members of the jury to whom it may concern, scholastic, academia. Here are the outstanding reasons why I believe Atlantis exists. And it starts to kind of go into this whole history of Carthage, the whole trade disputes with like the Middle Kingdom of Egypt. There's a whole list of different theories about ships that had left Alexandria for parts unknown and how that could have been Atlantis and whatnot. And the more you read, the more incredulous your tone of voice, I think, would become.
Mm-hmm.
But as you go over the bridge and you go down towards the old historic district, you get to the curve that Randall was talking about, and you see that it is just a street of shops. It is mostly a mercantile district, but there is the sound of Bon Jovi's Runaway coming from one corner spot. Excuse me. And as you drive up, you can see what looks to be just a couple of stools outside. There's one gentleman who's kind of smoking, sitting on a stool, just kind of staring out at the traffic. But on the large kind of plate glass that sits looking out from one side of this establishment, you can see that it's a bar, and it's called the Albatross.
Great name.
Why do I remember that name?
the picture on the plate glass is of an albatross that looks to have crashed into the window, just frozen in time.
Do I have any recollection of this bar?
You might. You've been here a while. It might be one of those bars that kind of like people know about. But if you want, give me an intelligence and awareness check.
Ooh, first roll of the night.
First roll right out of the gate.
I got 2 hunger. You said intelligence and awareness?
Intelligence and awareness.
All right. So that's intelligence. And I am kind of aware.
Yeah. It looks like Kenny might be watching, so try not to incorporate any anarch information.
All right. So I got a 6 and a 2 on my wild die.
Yep.
And then the devil. Good. I almost got the devil's number here. Well, I have a 6, a 9, a 9, a 6, and a 4.
Okay.
So 5 successes, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 and higher. The Albatross, has been a place of ill repute. It is one of the few places that you've come to when everything else has kind of been exhausted. And mostly because the Albatross has always had this aura of just being in a good part of town, but being full of the seediest characters. It is literally Mos Eisley's cantina. You've heard, there's never been any proof, but you've heard that it is a good spot to score anything and everything that you might be looking for. And it's one of the few places where the Russian enclave and the Italian mob can kind of consider neutral ground.
Mob. Wonderful. And you know how much I love the mafia.
Yep.
I roll. I look at Connie and I just say, we might be able to get some information in there, but how can I put this? This place is a shithole full of assholes.
Well, I mean, do we have a choice? I think we have to go in there. But if there's a bunch of assholes, they're gonna be particularly annoying to me.
You and I both know you can handle yourself, so I'm not worried.
I know.
I'm not going to bring you. I'm not going to take. I don't want to bring you in there without you knowing the lay of the land a little bit. And I think a shitty place full of assholes is the most nice way possible that I could describe this place. Seeing as how this idiot is smoking out here, I'm gonna see if maybe he saw the van drive by. But if not, maybe we give it a shot.
Sure.
So I roll the window down, Will.
Okay. You guys are gonna pull over to the side of the street?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is there any spot in front of the bar, or we have to park somewhere else?
No, the bar is kind of filled with regulars at this point, so there are a few open spots in the street in front of it.
Okay. If it's like far away from where the guy is, because I'm picturing like, where we pull up to the curb and I'm just like, hey buddy, like, that kind of thing. But if it's too far, I'll get out and I'll walk over to him.
No, you can call out to him. There's a spot that's maybe like 6 feet away from him.
Okay.
But he kind of looks over as you call him. He is tall, just over 6 feet, it looks like. Maybe like 6'2", 6'3". He's got short brown hair, deep brown eyes. He's got what looks to be a 5 o'clock shadow. What you would probably call ruggedly handsome. He's just kind of a little disheveled. He's got a Queen t-shirt that looks like it has a few holes in it near the shoulder. He's got these kind of ragged jeans. And he flicks his cigarette away, and he comes over. What can I do for you?
Hey, sorry I didn't mean to interrupt your
No interruption.
your smoke. We're trying to find my van got stolen. And one of the people I just spoke to said that they had seen it in this area, and I was wondering, I don't know how long you've been out here outside, but maybe you noticed it.
I've been coming in and out. You know, it's penny beer night, so it's full of assholes in there. I can only take so much of an asshole before I need a cleanse, as it were.
I fully understand that.
What's the van look like?
I described Will the details of it, because I don't think we ever said exactly what
the
van looks like.
Yeah, wasn't important until now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I go blur.
Yeah. He kind of rubs his chin and he's just like, I think I saw a van like that drive by. You aren't looking for Albert, are you?
I look over at Connie and I look back and I'm like, as a matter of fact, I am.
Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't question it. I figured he was doing whatever he was doing, but I saw him being driven by some young girl. Came around from that way. He kind of points from where you came from, and he went that way, and he kind of points to where the curve goes down towards Old Town. I mean, he went as far as I could see it, so I don't know anything beyond that. Is he all right? Because I've been meaning to talk to him.
I don't know. That's why, see, myself and my friend here, we're kind of part of his and I just kind of like,
Posse?
Yeah.
Until he stole our van.
Oh, are you the coterie that's taken over the diner in West Salem?
Yeah, that's us.
Oh shit! It's an honor to meet you. Name's Marcus Bradley. I guess you could say I'm not well liked in the tower, but
I think we'll get along just fine then, Marcus. I'm Melvin Wright.
Nice to meet you,
and
Melvin.
I extend my hand out.
He shakes it, and you notice you don't feel the same coldness that you would feel from Connie. There's a warmth from his hand.
Okay.
So you don't know if he's using Blush of Life,
right,
or if it's just something else that's going on.
Well, I'm like, I kind of look down at the hand and I go,
it's pink, not pale.
Like, so, are you're familiar with the tower? You don't. And I look down at his hand and I go, you don't seem the type.
Yeah,
and I just smirk.
You see him smile. He pulls out the pack of cigarettes, Marlboro Reds, of course, and you see him light up another one. It's one of the perks of being what I am, which is why the tower doesn't like what I am, because it reminds them that the end times are coming. And you see him kind of hold up his hands like one of those old street preachers.
Yeah, like
oh no. He's like, he leans down, kind of resting his shoulder on the window, and he's like, they call my kind thin-blooded.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do I know what that is?
You've heard rumors. The Thin Bloods are supposed to be the heralds of the Gehenna. They're the first sign that the blood has gotten so weak that it is time to cull the herd. And it's a fear that the more Thin Bloods there are, the more elders will awake to eat their young.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Wait, could you repeat
So
that?
we're
The thinner the blood is, the what?
The thinner the blood has gotten, the more weak the blood has gotten, and so it is said that the big kind of boogeyman story is that the weaker the blood gets, the more it's going to start to awaken elders, so they can start to eat the young, to kind of create a strong bloodline.
Gotcha.
Call the weak, so the strong may survive.
I just had I think it was from Ghostbusters when it was like when he was like, so worst case scenario, so worst possible scenario.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if it was Ghostbusters, but
Tell them
that's
about
what
the
I thought of.
Twinkie.
So worst possible case.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, tell them about the Twinkie.
So tell him about the Twinkie. So Marcus, this is Connie.
He waves. Nice to meet you.
I wave back.
Listen, Marcus. You seem like a good guy. I'm just gonna give you a heads up. The shit seems to be hitting the fan in this town, and
So I've heard.
one of your persuasion, and I smirk so that he kind of understands that I know what he's talking about.
Mhm.
It may be a little tougher for them.
White people?
Right. No. There is a bit of an invasion from the Far East coming in, so maybe.
Oh.
And remember, I'm a dude from Chicago, a white guy from Chicago.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
that's I said it as non-racist as possible.
Yeah,
that
no,
a white
I
guy from
know.
Chicago in the 1930s would say.
That's why I threw in that levity moment of white people.
Yeah. White people. But there's something's going on, and I'm really concerned about what's going on here.
Yeah. Some of my people, I say my people, but really they're just contacts and whatnot. They've been talking about a big push from the west. What's the word? Yakuza.
The Yakuza?
There you go. That's what it sounds like. Your camera has slipped, sir.
Oh, it's
Thank
sorry.
you.
There we go.
There.
Is it too low?
No, it's fine.
There.
You're good.
So you recognized Albert just from him driving by?
Yeah, but like I said, I've been meaning to talk to him. I know that he's friends with Antoine, and if you need things brought into the city, Antoine's one of the best movers and shakers. Recently, some of my more illicit avenues have dried up.
And you were looking to Albert for what? If you don't mind me asking, was he trying to help you out?
No, I never spoken two words to the man. I just wanted to see if he could set up a meet.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've noticed, but the regular kind don't particularly enjoy me being at any of the Elysiums, so I had to get my information secondhand from Tulip. God bless her.
Oh, Tulip, she's
She's pretty
one of
great.
mine. She's one of my kind.
Mm-hmm.
Great girl. So So as far as you know, he went in this direction, but you're not really certain of anything more than that.
That's about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Would it be? I have a question for you, Mr. Marcus.
Marcus.
Would it be too presumptive to ask why you're interested in talking to Albert?
I don't rightly know what presumptive means, but I like I said, I just wanted to have him set up a meet for me and Antoine.
Oh,
Davies is the big fish I'm after.
okay.
Not to sound presumptive myself, but I think Albert is a bit of a downer.
He could be definitely described as a downer.
I would given that you've been kind of you've been helpful and kind of pointed us in the right direction. I'm gonna give you some friendly advice. You may want to hold off on the whole Andrew Givens and Davies train, because
What do you mean about Gibbons?
he I don't think he's going to be around here too much longer, from what I heard through the grapevine.
Gibbons was in here earlier tonight.
Was he?
Mhm.
And he's left already?
Yeah. He came by, asked me to see if I could take care of his ghoul, which I said, I can't feed him, but I could look after him, sure, if he wants some ball back work. But Archie's not really built for ball backing.
Archie. Okay. Now, so Givens spoke to you, and Givens was asking you for a favor. So why would you need Albert to facilitate meeting him?
Yeah.
You haven't heard? Givens got sold out by Davies.
Did we know this?
Well, Givens was supposed to be hiding out at the jazz club.
Right.
This is all the stuff I heard.
Yeah.
That Davies runs. So that means that if what he's saying is, but then hold on, Will, because you said that Givens came over here to talk to him to cover his ghoul. So Givens is covering his tracks because of Davies selling him out.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm getting? Okay.
Looks like it.
Okay. So yeah, I guess he sold him out and said, "Hey, hide out at my jazz club." Just kidding. I know where he is. That's what's okay. Back into the game.
Yeah.
So
Back in the action.
So Davies sold Givens out.
Yeah. I mean, if I could be honest, Antoine's always kind of been having his nose in Geraldine's crotch. It's like a good dog. They're both roses, though, so you can't really blame him for that. He's going to go where the action is.
So what exactly did he do? Did he when you say he sold him out?
He set up a meet at the jazz club, and he wasn't there to meet him. Sheriff Green was. So shit went south, and excuse me, Archie got away from them. Givens got away from him. It's been a thing,
Did he say where he was going while he was here?
I wish I could have paid attention, but he's excuse me. He's wound up so tight. I try not to discuss anything with him unless I have to.
If I could talk about this with Connie first, but if you do happen to speak to Givens again, let him know I might have some information.
Will do. He does pop in from time to time. He knows that a lot of the tower doesn't come here. That's me.
Well, I don't have any problem with you, Marcus. And if you need anything, you know where to find us.
I appreciate it. I know that you were given the diner by Geraldine. I also know that it was Thomas's before. Tit for tat, Melvin. I'll warn you. Things I've heard, Thomas is going to make a move. Try not to get on his bad side.
Understandable. So I'm assuming that that's making a move. I'm not gonna. That's one of those things where you don't delve in further. It's just like
Yeah, we just leave that.
Just you know.
And he takes a long drag and he's like, "Up to you what you want to do with that information." And lets out. It's a long plume of smoke. Flicks the cigarette away.
Well, you be good, be easy. If you do see Albert, please let me know.
Oh.
I'll
get Tulip to send you some message.
I appreciate that. I hope this isn't the last time I see you, Marcus. You seem like a stand-up person.
Yeah. You guys are always welcome. You know, this is my little piece of the city here. Ain't much, but you know, if you can stand the assholes and the heavy accents, you fit right in.
Thank you.
All right. And I stick my hand out again and I shake his hand.
Yeah, he shakes it.
All right, Connie, I guess let's keep going that direction.
All right.
And as you drive off, you see him in the rearview mirror kind of go back to the stool. There's a moment where you see this little shorter than him fellow come out, long tousled brown hair. Kind of reminds you of Andreas without the whole biker outfit. But
Okay.
he comes out and you see that they get into a conversation as you drive off.
Do you want to pull up?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull over to the back.
That seems like a. That seems like a. Oh, hey! I pop out of the car when he stops. She stops. And I'm gonna do my thing, chicken wang.
Oh yeah.
You go invisible.
Activating your first and second power.
Yeah, boy.
Right, so
it's aroused, right, for one of them.
It is aroused for the second level one, yeah, for unseen passage.
Yeah. All right, I got.
Nice. So no hunger increase.
Thank God, bro, because I haven't been able to eat anything. I'm looking at the rat while I'm back here.
Yeah.
I saw you looking at his hand like,
Pink.
That's warm. A warm hug.
So you make your way back over there, and you hear the conversation is. It sounds like it's not heated at all. There's just a misunderstanding, and Marcus just kind of is sitting there I mean, I told you, uh, you can't expect quality over quantity. You're gonna get one or the other, and I gave you the latter. And the other gentleman, I did not ask for quantity. I asked for quality. I came into the city because this is where the action is happening. This is where you want to be if you want to see a new barony coming to birth, you know? And here, I thought that maybe I could get you to give me some good things so that I can start to create a herd for myself. And you hear Marcus, look, I did the best I can with the time I was given, and there's only so much I can do with my alchemy. You know? I only have so many resources. Grigori, I'm not made of magic. The the other guy kind of looks disgruntled. Fine. I guess I will take what you have given. I'll come back for a second order. I hope you understand that Mr. Reynolds will look kindly upon you the more you help. And he lights a cigarette again. Marcus just kind of looks at him. Yeah, I understand. I know what it's like to be the shitheel, so throwing names around ain't gonna do much for me. Birmingham ain't done anything for me. Hyde's not doing anything for me. Yeah, I'm fully expecting Mr. Reynolds not to do anything for me either, so. And then you see the shorter of the two pull out a wad of cash and just kind of forcibly put it in his pocket. You must trust, Mr. Bradley, that given time, all debts are paid. Have a good night. And the stranger starts to walk down the street. Marcus just grumbles under his breath. Fucking Russians.
I'm gonna go back to Connie.
Okay.
I'm gonna get in the car and I'm gonna I'm just like
What'd
yeah,
you What'd you learn?
so that guy's Russian. His name's Grigori. Um I guess our friend Marcus, our new friend Marcus, dabbles in alchemy, and looks like Grant. I mean, I don't know much about that, but it seems like whatever Marcus is doing for him, it's helping him create what he said, create a herd for the new, and that this Grigori guy came so he could witness the new barony take over with his own eyes.
So Marcus is looking to help sell this to Antoine so that he can create a herd?
It looks like to me that Marcus is trying to find
Buyers.
he doesn't know where he's trying to find some way to get in good with wherever he can. Thin bloods aren't usually the most like he said within the tower. So he's trying to find any in possible with whoever's going to be in charge. I don't blame the guy. But,
no, I mean, it's about survival, isn't it? Always.
But there's a whole lot of crazy shit that's happening right now, and I don't know. I don't even know what to say. There's so much that's above our pay grade that's happening right now. And all we're worried about it, we were trying to find this skinny fuck that took our fucking van. And obviously, you know, he was on to something. I mean, I'm just skimming through this, but remember that message that I got was that Carthage is coming for him. So he was on to something.
Yeah, he got too close. And they want to read it or extract it from him, and
But
I hate
he
this.
was letting this girl drive him around. Marcus said he saw him driving, so I don't think he was under duress, Connie.
No, I think that he just doesn't know how to drive.
Yeah. He's got that weird shit.
Yeah, he just can't drive. So I mean, look, we have this information from this new guy. We can pack it with the rest of the information that we can sell, use for leverage, what have you. I mean, Marcus is a nice guy and all, but he's not my priority right now. We have to.
But what's Hyde's end game here? He set up Givens with Green.
I don't know.
That's why, and I look at you and I go, I didn't discuss it prior, but maybe it would behoove Givens, and maybe I know he's not necessarily on the fun list right now, but I'm not really trusting anybody except for you at the moment. But the fact that he was he's working with Yvette Morrison, that Hyde's working with Yvette Morrison, that might be some information that would be beneficial to Givens that could give us some kind of a better position. That's what my thought was.
This is a complicated game that we're playing.
Right now, we're not even pawns. We're the shit stain on the fucking board.
Eventually, it is going to come to pass that people will notice that we're moving these pieces. Somehow. Not moving them, but we're like we're blowing at the pieces.
Isn't that the way to move up though?
No, it is. It is,
No
but we
risk,
need
no
more
reward.
but we need allies. And do we want Andrew Gibbons allyship? Do we want we have Anastasia's.
You have Grant Reynolds.
We have Grant Reynolds.
He left an open invitation. And he's not all wrong. I hate to say it.
Well, at the end of the day, we still need to get our friend out of this, whatever he is chosen to enter into.
You're right. We got to get Albert.
That guy.
And find Albert. You're my friend. Betty here's my friend.
I know it's
right
hard
now,
for me to.
Albert's just a fucking thorn in my ass.
You're not wrong. I'm actually angry at him for all of this. But obviously, I don't know. Part of me is like, I don't want to. I know we have to save him, but another part of me is like he's playing his own. Like he hasn't been super forthcoming to us.
I think that this Atlantis thing's all. Listen, up until we're 50 years ago, I didn't think vampires fucking existed. So who knows? This fucking Atlantis thing could be true, but I don't think that this is the whole reason why he's Mr. Popular.
No,
Maybe to those crazy fucking whatever freaks from that church, they looked at him as some kind of a prophet or some kind of a means to an end, some key. But there's something else. There's something that he hasn't shared with us. There's something that may be in these boxes.
Connie, make a
Yeah.
wits and drive roll for me.
We're gonna get shot at by a 30-06 now.
No, it's just
Yeah.
in your discussion, your attention has trailed off of the road, and
Oh.
when it comes
Oh,
back,
I have to roll it.
yeah, when it comes back, there is a person crossing the street.
Oh, fuck me. Hold on. Wait, you say
would
wits
like-
and drive?
Wits and drive.
Depending on what she gets, I would like the opportunity as a crazy passenger to be able to grab the wheel and go, look out!
Okay.
We'll see what she gets.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got 2 9s and a 10.
Oh, so
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
You hit
There
no, that's
there is just the swerve at the last minute. You see the person that you were about to clip just kind of stop moving, and I think do either of you have Auspex?
no, I don't.
Obfuscate,
Auspex?
Protein, fine.
No.
I think Brandon's the one that has that.
Of course he
Yeah.
is. Okay. You both have Protean though. You have Eyes of the Beast, and you have Eyes of the Beast. Yeah.
I do too, yeah.
So both of you have Eyes of the Beast. So as you drive by, and avoid this person in stark clearness, you see this woman excuse me, who has these sunken eyes, this long black dark brown hair. She looks like she's been crying, and as you avoid her, you can see that there's no look of surprise for her having almost been hit by a car. There's actually a look of disappointment.
Oh, she want me to kill her.
Yeah.
Suicide by me.
Yeah. But she kind of just like stands there and stares at the car as you come to a stop, or are you gonna keep going?
No, I'd be like, stop. Is she okay?
Yeah, I didn't hit her. I didn't hit her.
I did not
I-
hit her.
I did not
did not
hit
hit her.
her.
I
I
did
did
not
not.
do
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Albert.
I kind of roll the window down and I look back and I'm like, ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?
She looks in your direction, and just this soft voice that's barely audible to you.
I shoot her. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm looking for my father.
Oh,
Are you kidding? I almost killed her. What?
no! Almost killed her. Oh shit!
Oh my god! I got it!
Back the fuck up.
Thank you, dice gods. You.
Yeah.
So I hear the British accent.
Yeah.
And I look back at Connie and I go, no.
It
No.
can't.
Back up, but not. How far ahead did we stop?
Maybe like 3 or 4 car lengths.
I just get out of the car. I just get out of the van. Then I open the van and I go, you're, and I start walking like this. I'm like, your father?
Yeah.
Is that why you're crying? Connie, get out here.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, are we in the middle of the street?
Yes. There are no cars.
Okay.
There are no
put
cars.
the car in park
There we go. Put the club on it.
and I put on
What I
the
do.
hazards and I take the keys.
Okay. So
Hi.
there's no break failure in this one.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. For I hope are you okay? Are you okay physically?
She's shaking, but you can tell that it's
Okay.
not fear and it's not the cold. Excuse me. And she looks over at the two of you, and you can see that she is disheveled. There is a shirt, a kind of rolled up, uh, sleeves rolled up. What's it called? Not tartan, but that kind of square pattern, a flannel, a rolled up
Flannel.
sleeve of a flannel shirt, overshirt that she has. It's kind of scratched up, and what looks to be messy, dirty jeans, and these kind of what look to be out of place here is these built for desert boots. Excuse me. You see she kind of holds out her hand, her finger is shaking, and she points to Melvin. You're the officer. And then she points at Connie. You're the artist.
And you're Albert's daughter?
See her bring her hand up to her mouth like she's chewing on her fingernails, all of which look to be chewed down to the nub. I think
She's hungry.
I am. Can you help me? And then she kind of takes a step forward. And
I feel
Connie,
like this is a trap, Connie.
even her
I feel
odds
like
in
this
your
is a trap.
favor.
I knew it. I feel like this is a trap. This is a fucking trap.
This is fucked up. I
I'm
don't
gonna
like
shoot this
this.
girl in the face. I'm gonna shoot this girl in the face.
So
Maybe I should have been her. Maybe I should have
Connie,
been her.
Connie, you're gonna see more violence against a young girl. I'm sorry to say so.
Okay. What was it? Even or odds?
even her odds in your favor.
Somebody's gonna get shot in the mouth.
Even?
I rolled a 5. So she looks at
Oh,
at Melvin, and excuse me. As she does, Melvin, could you give me a roll, please?
Okay.
As she kind of looks up at you, her sullen eyes are just fucking big brown pools of melted chocolate, and she looks at you and she's, help me, please, with an emphasis on help me.
Oh, I kill your whole family.
So could you
No.
please?
She's a fucking, what's it called? A
A-
calf. A calf. A calf.
Find the word. Find the word.
A cat.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
cat thief. A cat thief.
A thief?
Catif. She's a catif.
No.
You should have hit her with the van.
I
What am I
didn't
rolling,
know
Laura?
she was.
Make a composure and resolve roll for me, please.
Oh my god. Composure and resolve. Okay.
Hit.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I got a 4 and a 1 on my hunger dice.
Mhm.
I got an 8, a 7, and another 1.
Oh.
So they cancel each other out.
No,
I guess, right?
The ones only cancel if they're all on your hunger dice and you have no successes, period.
Oh, okay.
And it's the only way to get a bestial failure.
Okay, so yeah, I had 2 success. I had 8, 7,
Okay.
2 1s, and a 4.
Yeah, you hear her asking you for help, and the only thing you can think of is to reach down, bite into your own wrist, and offer it to her.
Yeah. Like father, like daughter.
I'm
And I
never
look at
gonna
her.
have a ghoul or anything.
I just look at her. I'm like, yeah, your dad called me daddy too. Here you go.
And in a blur, Ani, you see her just shoot over and just put his wrist in her mouth, and she starts to drink.
Did we move to the woods, perhaps?
I have no control over this.
Yeah. So
Okay,
raise your hunger by 1, Melvin.
You see, you figure out ways. You figure out ways. And I just want to point out that you said even in odds in her favor, and
Yeah.
she picked odds. How is that my problem?
No, she said even.
No,
You said
I said
even.
evens.
In her favor.
In her
You said it was
favor.
a 5.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
it had been,
If it was evens, it would have been me biting into my wrist.
yeah.
All right. It's just the Frost family likes to drink from Melvin. This is a family affair.
Hey, you got all those cool gadgets and gizmos in your blood. So
yeah. But you see that she drinks a healthy amount, and she pulls back. You see her kind of sitting there or standing there in front of you with your wrist in one of her hands. There's blood coming out of where you've bit yourself. There's blood coming out of her mouth, and you see the heavy kind of bangs that are just cascading down onto her forehead suddenly part, and you both see her third eye completely open.
what?
And
Her third eye?
there is a serpentine third eye, just the slither of a slit of just this black almond that opens up, and you hear her. The time is coming. The waves will crash. The last guardian give his life. And you see her collapse.
Do I regain control of myself?
Yeah.
I lick the shit out of my wound. And I pick her up. And I'm throwing her in the back of the van.
Oh.
And I'm if there's anything to tie her up with, I don't know if these hippies have hemp in the van, but I'm gonna tie this shit up out of her. Even though now she's got potence. Congratulations, welcome to the party.
If she has any experience points. There's no real rope as you go looking through the hippie van, but there is one of those long, like 15-foot plastic strings that have the multicolored triangular flags on it. Like a party kind of rope.
Okay.
It's flimsy, but it's the best thing the hippies have.
Okay. Actually, I'm not gonna tie her up.
What do you mean? No, we have to.
Okay, I'll tie her up.
We don't. She has 3 eyes. We need to tie her up.
Yeah.
And actually,
speaking of, you notice that even though she's collapsed and her 2 regular eyes are closed, her third eye is still open.
Yeah, we're tying her up and we're covering this eye. Is there a hat in here?
Melvin has a hat.
Gaff tape?
Yeah. I'll put the hat over her eyeballs. I don't care.
Nah. I cannot feasibly drive this van knowing that there is an eye on an unconscious whatever Alfred's daughter just awake.
Albert.
Did they say Alfred?
Yeah.
Albert. Sorry. I cannot. Okay, so this is a new development. We need to get the hell out of here. I just put the keys in the ignition. I turn off the hazards. I put it in drive, and I just start driving and say, where should we go now?
I mean, more so now we should find Albert.
We need to find out. Yeah, he'll be so pleased, especially when he finds out that she's drunk from you.
I don't want her in my haven. So we're definitely not taking her back right now.
The only other choice is Joshua's house.
No, we're not going to Joshua's house.
No.
Joshua's house is like...
Yeah, no, that's too dangerous.
So let's keep driving and see if in the direction that Marcus had said that they went, and see if we can see anything. If not, we'll just take her back to the haven. It is what it is.
Maybe we can get away with taking her to the tower. That's the last case scenario. Because they could very well.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going in the tower right now.
I know, but we have a badass apartment there.
Now I get to make a phone call and be like, "Have your daughter bring me my van."
Even trade.
Yeah, we will exchange the items.
I have your daughter and a certain set of skills.
John. Well, we have his daughter and we have his research, which we still need to finish reading.
And you know what sucks is that I forgot that I've already met somebody with a third eye.
Who have you met with a third eye?
Yeah.
Outside of the Birmingham party. Out of character.
Yep.
But in character. I don't remember she.
Yep.
Oh, so that's why we're covering this one.
Dominate is a bitch.
Okay.
It's much stronger now in 5th edition.
So I will, after I drink from her to get dominate. No, I'm gonna. I'm like, let's just go back to the haven. Let's just go back.
All right. This is me turning the wheel.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Before we go back,
you just took the wheel.
Wait. The diner. Is there anywhere in the diner we could keep her? No, because it's a 24-hour diner. She's gonna the cook's gonna see her.
Yeah, no, like unless you lock her in the office.
No, I don't want no.
Remember, Hyde was really big on not making the diner a place to stay at.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the next best thing is to take her to our badass apartment.
You want to take her to the apartment?
I don't want to. It's just.
But then you may be bringing some. Well, but then Anastasia might be able to clear up some information for us about her, about this little 3-eyed monster.
And we already know there's security there, so if she goes buck crazy, there will be others to control her while we're off Scooby-Dooing it up in Salem. And we'll know that she's safe, and we definitely know then that if we take her to your haven and she breaks out, she could kill the hippies.
But then we'd have all their vans. No.
I mean, I feel like our priorities are in different places.
If you
want a van fleet.
If you think that that's the best option, I'll go with what you say.
I don't think it's the best option. I think it's our option.
The apartment. All right.
Melvin, Melvin, give me a willpower roll.
Oh god.
You mean the one? You mean the one that I'm down 2 points on? That one?
Yep.
Yeah.
3
We need
dice.
to get you like a cat or
I got a 5, 6, 7.
Okay. Excuse me. You're at the point now where, having had some of your blood forcibly taken from you, and the hunger just gnawing at every wall of your stomach and just flying up your esophagus, the temptation to kind of break your rule
make me kill you, Melvin.
is high.
Don't
You
make me kill
have
you.
a subdued kindred sitting in your back seat.
You want me to pull over and you check out the squirrels or something? I don't trust you.
What? Well, let me ask
Right.
you my question. Will
Yeah.
the willpower with the willpower roll that I made,
Mhm.
like, I'm more on the because I'm more on the edge of fighting it off, right?
No, not when it comes to her. There is a scent that is coming off of her that supersedes anything that you've smelt with Albert, with Connie, with anyone that you've ever dealt with. The only other time that you ever remember having any urges to feed on another vampire, there's this static. There's something. You can hear an airplane in the distance taking off, a small plane. You can smell the sense of just oil and the sounds of cars kind of pulling in and driving off. But as far as like the person, there's just this outline of static. It's like the picture
So
around
everything
it
within me.
is perfect, clear, crisp, 1080. But the person, excuse me, that you're trying to remember having had this feelings for, that scent from, is just an outline of static.
So everything in my body's telling me to feed.
You are at hunger 4,
3.
3. Um, this is a level of hunger that is very deceptive, because you know that you've been here before. You've been at this plateau, and you've never been this hungry here. But the beast inside of you, and even the beast inside Connie, like there's small scratches. Even with your hunger 1, there's a scent that kind of is like, I wonder what she tastes like. But for Melvin, it is the front row. It is throwing popcorn at the movie screen. Whereas Connie's hunger is kind of sitting in the balcony, just kind of, those spectacles, those little binoculars, kind of peeking at the show. But yeah, Melvin's is front and center.
Yeah, I mean, if you're putting it that way, I think it's kind of out of my control, out of character. I'm like, no. But
You would have to take a point of superficial willpower damage to fight it off.
God, bro, I'm not gonna have any willpower left.
I mean, I can clearly sense this from him, right? Because he's like salivating and staring at her.
Yeah, because you're the one driving. He's the one
Right.
that's kind of like, before, I would imagine he's been sitting in his seat, kind of looking forward. The dissertation kind of sitting in his lap. Now he's turned 90 degrees so that he's looking in your direction, but he just keeps looking back at her.
I'll look at Connie and I'll go, maybe I should sit back there in case she wakes up.
I don't know if that's a great idea. She's our leverage, and God for and then we're gonna get Albert back, and how are you gonna explain this?
Explain what? I'm just gonna watch her while she's there
You
and make
know,
sure she doesn't wake up.
she's fine. You know she's fine. She's fine.
Okay, we'll spend the
when was the
willpower
last
point.
time you ate? When was the last time you ate?
Yesterday.
You want us to break into a pet shop or something?
I mean, yeah, but wait, what? I'm gonna use the willpower point, Will.
Trying to protect you from you.
Can you pull over to that alley right there? And I'm literally like this with my hands over my face.
Pull into the alley.
And I get out, I go. And I just walk into the alley, and I just kind of like go up to like the wall, like that thing where you just kind of put your arm on the wall. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? You have a code, Melvin. You she's what?
Well, are you outside the van?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
talking to myself on the wall.
Okay, cool. I lock the doors to the van. Just as a precaution.
I go to Betty D. I'm like, hey, let's go hunt. And I try to look around the alley for anything.
I feel so bad. This would
Will,
be like filet mignon.
I think you're muted, Will.
Sorry. I was
Okay.
coughing and I forgot to unmute.
Oh yeah, because I saw you talking on the stream, and I
Yeah,
was like,
thank
I
you.
don't hear anything he's saying.
Yeah. It's a curse of somebody from the McStabber Studios that I picked up. But you see that Betty D has climbed down off of you as you kind of went up to the wall. You can hear the doors locking behind you from the car. As you say, it's time to hunt. You see her excitedly kind of hopping around, and she darts underneath a dumpster. She darts behind some garbage cans, and you can see some rats being herded in your direction. You can see a cat kind of concerned and unknowingly trying to handle the energy that Betty D gives off, being a frantic kind of ferret. But Ani sees young Lydia kind of toss when she turns around on the seat that you put her down in, and you hear her sigh the name Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Yeah, you can see from the car just the shape of Melvin kind of pouncing back and forth up and down the alley and just kind of grabbing animals and then just tossing them to the side once he's gotten his fill of them. Clearing out this entire alley will bring you back down to Hunger One. And you can feel that wolf of a hunger kind of very angrily and very disappointedly move from the front seat all the way back up to the balcony. It just kind of sits and stares at the stage expectantly.
So if I do, if I roll a rouse, is that how I can try to heal?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Let's see if this fucking works. Because I'm down to 3 hit points, and I don't like where this is all going.
No? You don't like it?
I got a 6. What's the minimum?
Okay, so you managed to heal your two damage without
Oh,
raising
both?
your hunger. Yeah, it's two per rouse.
Oh, okay. Now I just got to figure out my freaking willpower before I
Yeah.
disappear into a willpower abyss. I've got 2 willpower left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Not like Connie who has like 18 willpower and 24 health.
Yeah. Why do you think stamina is what's gonna go up next for
Yeah,
me?
right?
I start. I whistle for Betty D and I wipe my mouth.
Yeah, she rushes over.
I kind of throw away all the rats and stuff in the garbage,
Yeah.
so it doesn't look like there's just a graveyard of animals.
Yeah. Yeah, you went through a good almost 3/4 of a dozen rats and the cat.
Delicious.
But yeah.
And then I just knock on the window.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I unlock the passenger door.
Just kidding. I open the door. No, I'm just kidding.
Fooled you.
What a dick.
Dick move, Melvin.
And I sit back and I'm like, I'm sorry for that.
Don't be sorry. You've gone through a lot. I just didn't want you to have to explain this. By the way, while you were off hunting, she sort of said the name Isaiah in her slumber. Isaiah. I don't know who that is. But it feels important.
I go, wait a second. You said Isaiah?
I think that's what she said.
I go through the file and I open it up and I look to the notes on the dissertation. Do you think the I and I Rajmin is Isaiah?
It could be.
Because this is Albert's shit. She's Albert's daughter. So it could all be something going on here. So why would she know this guy's name?
I don't know. Unless, well, Isaiah, I Rajaman is the one who is critiquing his work, right?
Correct. Yeah. And putting the notes.
Yeah.
And putting in all the notes that were like, "This is trash."
Yeah.
I would be curious if that is the same guy. I'd be curious why, how this
I
happened.
crack. So I go down. I look at her and I look at her and I kind of give her a reassuring look and I climb into the back of the van. And I go, I like kind of like poke at her at her this girl tied up.
He shoots up. A sitting position.
Who's Isaiah?
He's the one that made me.
So he's here in Salem.
She nods.
And does Isaiah Ram Rajman sound anything familiar to you?
No. His name is
No?
Isaiah
Okay.
Majors. Child
Okay.
of Saulot.
Child of Saulat?
He's been running for some time.
Saulat?
Okay, and why would he pick you in particular?
He didn't. I was forced upon him.
By who?
The ones that gathered us up in the first place.
Was it by the church?
No, it was a couple.
Do you remember their names?
He nods. Right. What they've done to her, I could never forget the names. Then she kind of starts to cry. You see her crying, blood tears.
Runs in the family.
And again, that scent, that delicious kind of honey pomegranate scent wafts. And all three eyes are crying.
Great.
But she's like, oh, Melissa didn't deserve what she got. None of them deserved what they got. I can at least live with this since my father has lived with it. I'm going to be so mad.
Well,
We'll take care of your father, but you said that you'd never forget the name of the couple. That's important information.
Yes, of course. The woman was named Elizabeth. Elizabeth Gansey. Man named Grant Reynolds.
Grant Reynolds did this to you.
And you see her hands come up. They grab your collar. They're building an army. They're going to bring everything down. The Primogen.
How far is this? I'm like freaking out. I'm like, Connie, this is the first time she notices that I'm kind of like taken aback. That I'm almost at a loss for words, and I'm like, you said an army? Are they near completion? Do you know? Did you get escape? Is that why you're here?
Isaiah helped. Yes. There was 8 with me when I left. They weren't.
What?
They weren't careful like Isaiah was. Hope he's safe. He seemed
You know where we
to
can find him?
care about me, about what happened to me. But to teach me about himself and the others of his kind. You see her start to wipe away the blood. He told me not to let others know what I am. Excuse me. And you see her start to bring down the bangs to kind of hide her third eye. And it does close.
What? I've never seen that before. Did he tell you what that is?
That's our bane. Just as you have been tortured in appearance, so she will be tortured. She frenzies. This our pain.
I'm so sorry that you've gone through so much. We'll find your father. And
She lies
and we're
down. I know. That's why I'm here.
Did you find us? Did you know we were going to be here?
Yes. So did Isaiah.
what else do you know about like future
The
stuff?
visions are sporadic. I can't control them yet. Isaiah warned me about them.
We'll let you rest, but I have one last thing. What happened to Melissa? You keep mentioning her. What did they do to her?
Melissa pushed hard against the conversion. She fought it. Tried to end her life her way by trying to escape and greet the sun, as it were. They made an example of her, though. Someone that they only referred to as Werner.
Oh,
He
that's right.
pulled her ribs out from her sternum one by one. But he didn't do it forcibly. He didn't jam his hand into her body. Simply touched her. And the ribs themselves forced themselves out of her body. It's disgusting. I'll never forget her screams. Even at the end, she kept asking for my father. I think it's because of him that she was able to survive as long as she did.
We're going to take you to a place where you can rest and you stay with us, and we can keep you safe.
I'll stay with you until the meeting. Till the trial.
What trial?
It's coming. You will learn tomorrow and she collapses again into sleep.
I look back at Connie. Have you heard anything about a trial?
I know about as much. I know less than you do.
Let's head back. Let's get her up into the apartment like you suggested. And apparently tomorrow we'll find out more.
Okay. I start making my way toward the tower.
Okay. The guy at the front counter, you see that he kind of cracks his neck as you walk in. No funny business.
Never.
No funny business.
Mm-mm.
He goes over to the elevator, puts in a key, and our elevator comes down. Takes you up again, where you see the other gentleman at the counter at the top of that elevator, and he nods. We weren't expecting you for another couple of weeks. Not a lot of furniture in the apartment.
No, that's okay. We just needed a place right now. I hope that we're not interrupting any.
Nah. Most of the crews are here during the day. He looks down at the clipboard. I have it here that it's 2 men and a female. Is this wrong?
We just have a guest for the night.
I make a note of that. Pass that up the chain.
Could we delay the workers for a couple of days?
Yeah, sure.
Our guest is gonna need to rest.
Yeah. You see him grab the phone at his little counter. He calls down. He's like, yeah. Make sure that the workers coming in for the corner apartment don't take the next couple of days off. Yeah. This is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it up here. What do you want me to do about it? Yeah, fuck you too. And he hangs up the phone.
Real peach, that one.
Yeah. Once you get to know him, he's a good guy, but you know.
Yeah, we're messing with his money. I get it.
Yeah, come on. And he goes down the hall. He leads you to your apartment. You see him open up, and he's like, I don't have copies of the keys for you yet, but just be aware that I'm the only one with a copy, so you should be safe.
And Will, when we go inside, I'm taking all the documents into the apartment.
Sure.
Oh, right.
Yeah. The windows are currently boarded up. There are 3 rooms to the apartment. You can see that there's a kitchen. There's a huge kind of open dining room and living room area. Dining room has one kind of work table that has the design specs for the apartment. It is a corner apartment. You can see that the rooms have little post-it notes pointing to them where it's just like one is annotated female, the other 2 are annotated male. And when you go into the rooms, you can see that there is an aesthetic that leans more towards a female in one room and then more towards a male in the other 2 rooms. One is more built for like scholastically inclined male, like there's bookshelves that you can see that are being built. The other one is just kind of like free roaming. But you do notice that there is excuse me, there is a large 4-level ferret cage.
That's awesome. I go ahead, baby girl.
And she makes her way into it.
I kind of just put the boxes down in the living room,
Mhm.
and I guess I put them next to a wall, and I'm just gonna sit there. I just like sit down, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going through this stuff.
Where are you putting the Lydia?
Lydia can go in her dad's room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And you guys finish the evening. You rest up. You wake up the next night. And you can see that about an hour after night has fallen, you all are fully awake at this point. Melvin is still kind of slumped against the wall. Connie slept on the floor of her own room, I would take it.
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
Yeah, no, there's nothing in there yet. And you see Lydia kind of come out of her dad's room. Kind of like zombie-like.
How good evening. How are you doing?
Oh, hello. I'm well.
Did you rest?
Yes. Yes, thank you. Excuse me. He points over at the door. I think somebody's gonna need to go downstairs. And you at that point you hear the phone ring.
Okay, I'll go pick it up.
The guy at the bottom.
Hello?
Ma'am, there's a young woman here to see you. Claims to be called Tulip. Should I send her up?
Should I? I'll send her up.
You
Or
tell
should I
me
go?
that it's her.
Should I meet? They say it's Tulip. Should I just go downstairs? I'm scared of bringing her up here
No,
so she
send her.
sees Lydia. You think?
No, I'm like, no, but call her up. I think it's fine.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, and when you said, I go, Lydia, do you mind? Some people may be concerned with the whole third eye thing. Do you mind going into the other room?
Not at all. And you see her just slink back into her room. Quietly close the door.
Thank you.
All right.
You hear the door
Yeah, you
unlock
can.
after a few
I was
minutes.
gonna say.
Yeah, just skip it.
Cool, fine.
The door unlocks and you see Tulip kind of being let in by the other guy, that skinnier guy. Yeah, this is their room. You let me know if you have any trouble, folks. And you see him kind of pull his jacket to the side to show you that he's armed with a gun.
Thank you.
He closes the door.
Tulip, it's great. Always a pleasure to see you.
Hi, Connie. I'm Melvin.
Hey, Tulip.
I hate to bother you, but Sheriff gave me this last night before I went to sleep, and second I woke up, I made my way over here. Things are bad. And she pulls out a notebook, and you see her start reading things off that you imagine she must have written down so she wouldn't forget. But she's like, there's a new Lasombra that came into town. His name is Michelangelo Arturo Bonelli. Apparently he's the first childer of Isabella Gianelli. That's Albert's sire. He showed up at the Looking Glass Gallery with Albert yesterday and offered to turn him in so that he could earn a place in the tower. There's gonna be a trial for Albert.
Wait,
Trial.
tournament for what, Tulip?
Trial. There's the next Elysium is gonna be the trial of Albert Frost.
What is he being charged? What is he defending? What is he being accused of?
The rules out of Chicago are that for every Lasombra that wants to come into the tower, they must turn over their sire or a Lasombra of equal power. Michelangelo's turning over Albert as his offering.
What is he turning in? Like about Albert, besides that he exists.
That's the thing. Keep excuse me. To keep the numbers down because of the betrayal of the Lasombra with the Sabbat before the whole beckoning. Loden has really decreed that the numbers should be affected if they want to come crawling back, according to what Sheriff Green said. So Prince Birmingham is having a trial to see who would benefit the tower more, Albert or Michelangelo. Especially since their sire was the court speaker for the dead.
Okay. And you
So
said this
Albert,
trial will be at the Elysium?
It's going to be the next Elysium. It won't be for at least another week and a half, 2 weeks out.
Okay.
Albert's being held under the gallery. Strict rules, no visitors.
Would you mind repeating that? You broke up on my end, at least.
All right.
Being held under the galleries?
Yeah, he's being held under the gallery. Strict orders, no visitors.
Okay. Okay.
She comes over, excuse me, really close to Connie, almost closer than she's ever gotten to you. And she kind of reaches out and grabs your hand. Like, I'm so sorry about what you're going to see there. And she awkwardly lets go and goes back to the hallway. All right. Is there anything you want me to tell Sheriff Green?
tell him we'll be there.
Okay. If excuse me, if you can, Melvin, you need to find whatever you can to show that Albert is worth having in the tower. I've heard Michelangelo is stronger than he is.
Got a lot of homework to do, and just look back at the pile.
She turns to leave and she stops and she's like, "Oh, there's a new player in town from what I've heard. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Bahadur ibn Abbasi?"
That is a name that we've heard in passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
He's a ministry member. Just came into town a week ago.
Yeah, he has a personal interest in Albert.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to try to bid for a tower seat as well.
They're gonna let him wait. So he's one of us.
He's a ministry member.
So will the
Yeah.
ministry? Sorry,
Yeah.
the ministry because all I know him of is of the church.
Yeah.
So
The ministry is the new name of the ragtag clan that was the followers of Set. So anybody that kind of was a follower of Set, that was kind of a more blood sorcery kind of Assamite, and some of the more non zombie and non undeath members of like the Giovanni clan or the Cappadocians have created this new clan called the Ministry. They make up the new clan called the Ministry.
Okay. Tell the sheriff to be very cautious with him because we know that he is directly responsible for the attack that happened at our diner.
Oh, I'll let him know. Excuse me. I know that he doesn't trust any ministry members, so. But he didn't know that there was an attack on your diner, or that he was responsible. So that'd be good information to give him.
But aside from that, I guess we'll see you at Elysium.
Yeah. I've heard some good news about some people that are coming in to help reinforce the tower. Some people are coming from Portland. Some people are coming up from Washington. And she kind of steps towards you, and she's like, "But I heard that LA's gone. There's a barony
I've
there
heard something
now.
similar.
They're pushing us
Actually,
out of the West Coast."
okay. I get closer to Tulip and I go, I do have something else to tell the sheriff.
Okay. She
Grant Reynolds
goes to a
and
key
I
page, and she takes out a pen.
Grant Reynolds is building an army.
Oh.
Him and somebody named Elizabeth Genzi are working
Oh.
together.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is? Elizabeth Genzi is?
Sam said that she was attacked by an Elizabeth Guernsey.
Oh, that incident at the bar.
Yeah. So she's working
Well,
with him.
mm-hmm.
She kind of leans in close to you. Oh, and I thought the Sabbat were done with the beckoning. Why are there two of them in our city?
Tulip. I think there's way more than two.
She goes back to leave, and then she stops, and she turns around. She's like, "Have you heard from Mickey?"
Nothing yet. But I think I have a feeling he's still alive.
That's good. Something. All right. You guys be safe.
You too, Tulip.
She leaves.
Thank you, Tulip.
Well, I guess there's got to be something in all this paperwork that might help. Plus, and I call Lydia.
He comes out.
We have a star witness.
Mhm. Lydia, it seems we have a case to build for your father.
What do you mean?
That trial you spoke about. It's happening. And
Oh,
it's your dad's the one on trial.
vision. The shadow eaten up by the sun. Things are terrible.
I'm gonna go talk to the guy with the gun. Forget his name.
Yeah, nobody's asked.
What's his name?
Nobody's asked.
Gunny.
Nobody's asked. Oh, I haven't asked
Yeah.
his name, so.
No.
All right, I'm
Well,
gonna go. I'm gonna go see if I'm assuming he's outside the door.
I mean, he's down the hall back at his little
Okay,
counter.
I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna go down the hall and find him.
Yep. As you leave Melvin and Lydia alone, she kind of walks over, starts to look through the paperwork, and there's a moment, somber moment, where you kind of see her. There's a break in the bangs, and you can see the third eye just fervently scanning the pages. Connie goes down the hall. The guy hears you coming, turns around. Hey, what can I do for you, ma'am?
Hey, I realize now that I haven't even asked your name. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
What is your name?
it's all right. My name is Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah, you can call me Tony.
Okay, Tony. So, it looks like our guest is definitely not feeling really well. She needs a lot of rest.
Hmm.
I'm sorry to say, would you mind calling the crews and let them know that we'll probably need they'll have to take the next couple of weeks off.
Oh, you want them to take a couple weeks off?
At least for now. It might change. But yeah.
Yeah,
For now, she needs a lot of quiet.
sure. Yeah, I understand. And he picks up the phone, and you just see him all down, listen to the whole conversation with the guy at the bottom. Do you stay to hear it, or do you want to go back?
I'm gonna I don't want to hear him just go, fuck you, fuck you,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
you, fuck you.
Hey, nah, fuck you.
Call your mother for me.
Yeah.
What you looking at, go?
Look at the gabagools on this guy.
Gabagool.
You walk back, and you see Melvin and Lydia kind of sitting over the dissertation on the floor. And
Um,
as Connie steps in, you look up at her. There's a sudden wave of melancholy that just crashes into your body. There is just this heaviness, this 2-ton weight that feels clamped to both your wrists, both your ankles, to your waist, to your neck, to the top of your head. As you know for a fact that Mickey has just left this earth.
I You don't even see a reaction. I just slump. And then I
Alright.
just turn around and I punch the wall.
Fist-sized crater in the wall.
You know, the irony is that I just told Tony, by the way, his name is Tony, so that the contractor shouldn't come in, but for the next couple of weeks. Are you okay? Why are you punching walls?
You didn't feel that?
No. Was I supposed to feel something?
He's gone. Make Mickey's gone.
Oh, Melvin, I'm so sorry.
Lydia falls back. The hair around her head kind of parts. Her eyes roll back. The two main eyes roll back into the back of her head. The snake eye becomes dilated, opening up completely. And there's this voice that comes out of her that's not hers. Bishop takes knight. And then you see her vomit up a bit of black blood. I think this is a good point. Call it a night for tonight's episode. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. As always, please continue to wash your hands, continue to wear your masks, continue to keep your distance because things are not safe out there. If you haven't gotten vaccinated, please get yourselves vaccinated or get yourselves on any kind of list to get yourselves vaccinated because we need all the help we can get with this thing. As always, if you are watching live, I am putting up some phone numbers in case you need any assistance, any help, because mental health is a big thing that we nurture and kind of make sure that is not a taboo or stigmatized subject on this channel. I know that some people have been dealing with it in their own ways, and if you feel like you need help, you should be able to find the help you can when you need it. So I'm trying to facilitate that. If you're not inside the United States, I'm also putting up a link so you can find resources in your area, in your neck of the woods. As always, please take care of yourselves. I will see you on Friday for our Star Wars Out in the Dark campaign. If not, I will see you next Monday for our Anarch chapter of Vampire the Masquerade, Salem by Night. And if you want to see me elsewhere, you can catch me on McStabber Studios. I've been a part of their werewolf game. I've been a part of some of their Session Zero creations, and I got the pleasure and honor of running a mage game for them. So I highly recommend checking them out. As always, please be safe, take care of yourselves, and I will see you when I see you.